This is that drifter. We had pretty good airflow, and Jeremy had gone and scouted up that hole right there. Well, you'll notice that we're wearing different clothing now, and there are fewer of us. And the reason for that is that we ran out the clock yesterday, so we're back for a third full day in this mine because that cave or that hole right there leads to a cave, which drops us down to the level below. We just crawled through some tubes inside the mine, for lack of a better word, through these narrow little passages. Back through there, I've got another cave. Got that cool little pillar right there. And then the cave drops down this way. Thanks for helping light that up. Just, you said it goes for a while and then starts to open up once you get farther down. So this should get easier, hopefully, when we get down, but who knows what we're in for once we actually get down there and start looking around. Not too much back here. A few little side chambers and pockets, but the main show is going to be dropping down there. So we'll pick up somewhere down there. We just dropped in from up there, continuing working our way through these caves and stopes. You see it is starting to open up now much more. That's another section there. We're going to drop down that point next. But it's definitely getting larger. Over here, trying to get some more cool artifacts. There's a Prince Albert can there. I noticed these blasting caps down here, which is cool. I think just all these stoles and stuff here look kind of cool as well, I think.
It is velvet.
Oh, it's velvet? Excuse me.
How dare you?
Thank you for correcting us, or correcting me, I should say.
See if there's anything inside.
No, there is no.
Nothing.
I saw the shiny thing, thought that was something. Still pretty cool though. And you see these chambers run back quite a way as well. So we're just continuing to drop down through here. That's Jeremy up there. It's just the three of us today. We've been dropping people steadily each time we go farther down. Down here there's some pretty cool miners graffiti. See the guy in the cowboy hat on the horse or the burro. I don't know what that says there. Maybe somebody else does, but I can't make it out. Yeah, I saw that stuff. That's cool too. Some more cool stuff over here. I don't know what that white bottle.
There.
Oh, it's aspirin? That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, obviously another tobacco tin next to it, but then Bayer aspirin. You can actually see, hopefully, there we go. If it'll focus. You can see the Bayer logo
Inside of the bottle.
on top. Oh, on the side too?
Yeah. It's imprinted in the glass.
Oh yeah, the Bayer company. That's really cool. Probably guys with nitro headaches and stuff down here. And then next, oh wow, this is a good view of the cave. How far down do you think that is?
Oh, you're looking at least 100 feet.
Yeah, that's getting into it now.
Got a little drift over there.
Over there?
Up higher. See my light?
Oh yeah, yeah, right there.
Right there. We're going down there.
Cool. This is a great find. It's a lot easier doing this than roping down those tiny little winzes.
We'll have to set up a little rope down here because it gets kind of steep.
Yeah, just be able to get it back out easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, this is big. It runs up too, as you can see. So we're gonna get the rope attached or anchored here to something and then drop down there and pick up somewhere down there. There's my buddy making his way down there. Nice to have him there for some scale. I was filming from up there before, down where that jumble of wood is. There's an intact whiskey bottle here with liquid still inside of it, which is cool. See? Probably a water though. Doesn't quite look the right color otherwise. So this keeps dropping down. You couldn't see it from above. Keeps dropping down to there. And there's a drift over there. And that's where we're gonna head. There's a little mini drift over there, but no way to get to that. since we can't jump like a grasshopper from down there up to there. So I'll pick up. This isn't super easy to get across. You see how steep that is, given where he's standing. So we'll scramble over here, drop down there, and pick up somewhere down there. Hard to tell, but shooting on the other side of the cave over there. We've climbed over, or crossed over, I should say, to this side of the cave where this drift was. You see, they used to have a station here coming out there, and they would drop ore down. So there must have been an ore pass down there at the bottom of the cave, which is all filled in now. And of course, you can see the condition of that station now. Above me on this drift is a stope with these huge stoles in place. The smallest of those is an 8x8, and some of those are 12x12s, just to give you a sense of scale. It's huge, kind of picturesque, all those stoles right there. This is the 500 level behind me. It runs back that way. Go in a second. We are gonna try and keep dropping down. Jeremy's getting some ropes set up for us. We're not gonna anchor it off the rotten timbers. It's just sitting there for now. We're gonna figure out an anchor to drop down there. Keeps dropping down. Thank you. We'll be down there soon. In the meantime, I'll show you what's back here real quickly. Pretty bad ground back here. Stumbling over all this ground fall, but it does look kind of cool at the same time when you get sections like this. Finally getting down onto some track. This is one of those labyrinth mines with, see, it's good to see those fives, confirming we're on the 5th level. Anyway, I was saying this is one of those labyrinth mines with stuff running off just in all directions like this. I mean, everywhere you look, there's a raise here, a wind's there, a stope there. Could be a lyrics for a song even, huh? Kind of featureless in this section. You can see all the ground fall though, so it's not great. Got some minor graffiti here. I see 1920. I don't know what that means up top. P-O-8, oh, P, I don't know, maybe it's P-O-Shay. That could be like a cursive S, I don't know. But I see the 1938. But October 9th, 1920, that's cool. Still working our way through more Maya graffiti. Another 1938. I was thinking yesterday that those may have been early mine explorers, but now I'm thinking that given what happened to the price of gold during the Great Depression, it could have been a mine survey crew that came in just to take some samples and size this mine up, you know, see if it was worth putting back in production or not. But then of course World War II would have started and that would have been that. The project would have been abandoned. And then a lot of mines, because the price of gold is fixed, but costs kept going up, a lot of mines were never reopened after World War II. Totally backfilled drift right there. Ah, man, I love bad ground. Isn't it wonderful? Of course, at home, it's hard to assess how difficult it is stumbling through all this stuff. But just trust me, it's really hard walking on this loose, rough rock at an angle while filming and narrating and trying to absorb what you're seeing at the same time. Sometimes people leave comments like, oh, you didn't hold the camera perfectly steady when you were filming. Well, yeah, no, I didn't. It's not easy to do when you're also hunched over and wearing a heavy backpack and doing all other stuff as well. This is obviously stoped out because there's not enough ground fall here to, this is not enough ground fall to represent everything that would have come down from this stope section here. That's what I'm trying to say. Looks like a fault on the left here, given how flat and smooth this is. Actually has some intact timbers, which are the first we've seen in a while. See how black they are from the moisture down here? This mine is getting much more damp the farther down we go. Up top, it was really dusty, but the wood was really well preserved, as were the artifacts where it's coming down. Oh, look, there's even standing water to kind of prove my point. As we're dropping farther down, it's getting more damp. I don't know where the water line is, but we may find out if we can get down that far. That's cool seeing that intact lagging right there. It's the first decent timbers I've seen in a long time. Of course, you can see all the ground fall, so no doubt they knew what they were doing when they're having it here. My buddy up there. Another little stope chamber here. Although this one has been greatly expanded by groundfall. And the drift keeps running back that way. I'm on the other side of that stope I was filming just a moment ago. That's it there. And as I said, the drift continues this way. However, not for very far, because this is the end of the line. And yeah, trust me, we scouted it out yesterday. Climbed up and it's a no-go. So that's too bad, because according to the map, this 500 ran for quite a way. But we're going to keep dropping down because we have the other passage down. That's kind of the way it seems to work with this mine. There are multiple ways to drop down places. And so if you're blocked on one, there's a chance you can find another. Back at the big cave, we've got this hand line anchored to this big boulder here. Jeremy's supposed to drop down. And we'll meet him down where he's going now. Perfect hand line. It's nice to have that. It was not be easy climbing out of there without that. Hard to tell, but we just dropped down through there, come to a junction here. That's my bag there. So we've got a drift running back that way. We've got a drift over here where Jeremy's standing. A couple cool things here I want to show you guys that I don't see very often, if ever. First of all, I've got a coffee pot down here. No coffee in it. Although, are those bugs? There are bugs in this. How did they get there?
Fucking 150-year-old bugs.
That blows my mind. We're 500 something feet down. And you know what we went through to get here? See the bugs in here? There are bugs floating in the coffee pot.
Oh wow.
And that blows my mind how they could have gotten there.
Yeah, those little fly guys.
How'd they get there?
Well, this was open up to the shaft. Open up to a shaft to the top.
So you think those are like 100-year-old bugs or 130-year-old bugs?
They may came down in the wood. They had eggs.
Maybe.
They've been living down here. They've been colonizing.
Wow. Well, that's not what I expected to see in there. But anyway, there's a coffee pot there. Now, over here is this cauldron, or actually, yeah, I guess cauldron would be the best word for it. And not really the normal thing is what you see in a mine, except if you watch it for a minute, there's water dripping into it. There, right there. There's water dripping into it. So probably for water collection. So collect the water here, brew up your coffee and bugs over here, and you'll be pretty set. And a cup of coffee actually sounds really good right now. We're gonna stick with the right-hand rule. Wow, that's a big 12 by 12 right there. We're gonna stick with the right-hand rule, so we're not gonna neglect this side. We're just gonna do it later, which I'm not too sorry about because going this way looks a lot easier right now. I was just filming in there. Now I'm going down This drift to the right. Some decent rail ties down here. And some more of those old gum wrappers. Look at that. Remember that gum wrapper I saw from the 1930s? There's another one there.
He's kissing me.
He's kissing me? What was it's M dot A dot. I don't know, man. I got he's kissing me. Looks like a question mark. I don't know, man. Oh, wow. Did you just find that?
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those. Little mini pipe wrench.
Yeah.
What are those? Probably for utility? Like for compressed airline or something?
Probably for, you seen the nuts and bolts they had. There you go. The rivets.
I wonder what that would have been for. Maybe something on the ore car?
Yeah, maybe. Right there. Yeah, sized even.
Wow. Yeah, I would say either ore car or compressed airline, but that's cool. I was just sitting there on the tie?
It was right back here. You can see where the rust is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good eye.
And then here's another guy.
Another guy? Oh, there's another guy. That's a big one. That is a big guy. Wow.
That's definitely for the ore cars.
Yeah, well, I can't see any track work you'd do with that.
Right?
Wonder what... I don't know enough about ore car construction to know how that would have been used, but pretty sure that wouldn't have been used for track work. Wow, this is really nice. We actually get to stand upright and we're not stumbling over a bunch of ground fall. Kind of cool. Myers graffiti now and then. That would be A-okay with me if this continued as it's going. Oh, of course. Of course. Very ugly guy here. Pretty beefy timbers right there. You just walk through.
Oh yeah.
Wow, so that right there, this isn't a stope. This whole section caved right here. So maybe there's just the most amazing artifact ever buried under there. And this actually looks kind of fresh. This cave in right here. We've got another big cave here, as you can see. That's a huge cave. Thanks for helping light it up.
Yeah. Might have a drip right down there.
Look, yeah, it looks like there's something down there.
Yeah. I think chute right there.
Yeah. And then, oh wait, go back up to the right. There's something right there.
Right there?
Yeah, it looks like there might be a part of a stope or something right there.
You might be able to work away across that down to it.
Yeah. Actually, this would be really easy. If you look up where I am now,
Yeah.
there's like a ledge that we could follow back and
Over there.
drop down to that through, yeah.
Cool.
And then, I don't know what
We're
else.
definitely dumping here.
Oh yeah. Bunch of strips of metal up here. Can't tell what they are yet, and I don't have an easy way to get up there right now. Oh, the drift keeps going that way too.
Yeah.
Okay, so drift there. What are you on, like a little sub-level right now, or did the floor just give way right there?
They probably had a tramway that came out. Just a little.
I'm just wondering, like, if there was a junction in the track right there, and what you're standing on slid down a few feet.
You know, I think you're right.
Because it doesn't make sense otherwise.
This whole thing kind of slid, yeah, because you can see the ties coming straight here.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense otherwise.
No, I do. I think you're right.
This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Oh, there's graffiti right over his head right there. I just noticed. Get a closer look at that. B-R-E-S maybe? Wow. Really, really cool. Oh, some over there too. Get over there. Looks like a dog. What do you think that is?
horse.
Wow, that's a messed up looking horse, if that's a horse. I like it though. I like it. A lot better than I could do in carbide graffiti no matter what I was doing, probably. Wow, okay, well, we'll figure out if we want to keep going this way or look down here next. But this is interesting. So the cave's right there. As you can see, we're gonna try and keep things easier and stick with one level at a time. So we're gonna keep pushing back through here. There's Etty right there. The ground back here, as you can see, is challenging. There's a little raise running up right here. Like I said, this mine is a labyrinth. There's more minus graffiti here. I see Pat Perkins. I can't really tell much else. Some gobbing here. More minus graffiti here. Looks like 37. Catherine Jimt. I don't know. It could be Catherine plus Jim, but it's hard to say. There's the remains of an ore chute here, and it runs up way up there. Jeremy was scouting things out. He's coming back now, so we'll hear his report and then decide what to do. So we're back in the big cave. That's our buddy walking down there for some scale. The report from Jeremy from back this way was that it would take some digging to get through. So we're going to size this up first, as well as that section back to the left, see if they run. If they don't, we'll come back and do some digging. But with time and energy constraints, there's no point in doing a bunch of extra work if we can find other ways down. I'm glad he's down there for the scale. He's still got a ways to go down too. So I'll report back in when we know what we're doing. All right, back by the coffee pot, and that section we first dropped down. The cave, there was not a drift at the bottom of the cave. So we are back to head down the section off to the left. Not the left from where we came in. Of course, it's gonna be a crawl, which is not fun, but the drift does keep going beyond that, so hopefully there's something good back there. I'm not gonna have the camera on to crawl through all this because it's gonna be hard enough as is. So I will pick up when I can start walking again, or we see something really cool. We just climbed through all that bad ground back there and have come into what appears to be another cave. You can see it runs down there. And a big jumble of wood at the bottom. This is kind of obscuring it, but down there, big pile of wood. Runs up a little way here. Might tie into that other section where we were. Now, the others went running ahead to scout things out, but I'm loyal to you, dear viewers, and taking the time to show you what's here. There's a little passage that runs back there and seems like it connected to that cave at one time, but it's all filled in now. Got some huge 12 by 12 timbers are there, or stoles right there. I may even have anchored something off of that because you've got this drop going down here, which seems to be plugged for now. And then continues past here, a little bit of decent ground. But of course, as soon as I finish saying that, there's a big plug collapse right there. So I should stop saying things like that. It's like a stope right here. Could be another cave, hard to say. Jeremy looks like you gonna take a crack at getting over that? Jeremy's going, oh, it's a cool barrel. Right there, see that? A keg. So he's gonna run up there and check that out. More power to him. Interesting to see the different color of the rock right there. Got that grayish slate color. Runs up here. I can feel some airflow. Might be able to go up and around this caved in section. Up through there. Definitely feel the airflow here. Of course, he's pushing through alright as well. He's pushing through. Not easily, but he's getting through it. So look at that. Usually those are kegs of nails or rail spikes. Cool to see that. If I touched it, it'd probably disintegrate. I really feel an airflow here. Cool mineralization back there. There is a rail running back to this. You see there? I like about one of those slick sheets here where you slide the ore car in the direction you want it. So this must have been a decent sized stope here. See a bunch of wood has come down, but they have some good gobbing right there. That's all gobbing. It's not coming across on the camera because it's got that residue on it. See it more clearly now. Oh look, there's a ramp or sheet of some sort to slide material down, presumably. So they may have been slushing material down from up there. It runs quite a way up. We may use one of these to get around that plug, although Jeremy hasn't come back yet, so presumably we can get through. Looks like that's caved up there. We'll check it out if we need to. For now, we'll see how Jeremy fares and push through that section. I'm not really excited about crawling after doing so much of it yesterday, but you do what you gotta do. So, I'll pick up maybe on the other side of that. Who knows? But I'll let you know when we turn the camera back on. Alright, just climbed through that section. My buddy making his way through now. We're in another cave, as you can see. Got plenty of bad ground in this one as well. All this material spilling down from somewhere up there. It must be a stope or some sublevels up there. Fortunately, I see the timbers up there. Fortunately, we're able to keep dropping down here. Look how far down that is. That's a good 30 feet down, maybe even more, 35 feet of material has come down here and filled in the drift. They used to run right through over there. Little pocket back there, it doesn't go anywhere, it's just a dead end chamber. This is colorful here, but also sketchy. See all that dirt just sitting up there, waiting to do something bad. But the colors are cool. Can't deny that. Jeremy's making his way down. It'd be great if we could actually go a little way without having to climb through these caves, but you take what you can. Here's some of the sparklies and colors at my feet. Pretty good stuff, except for the fact that it crumbles and caves on us. Alright, I'll pick up down there. We just slid down from up there. This is really slow going, getting through this stuff. So, you should be happy I'm turning the camera off. Little junction up there, I'll get there in a second. This is what I'm in now. See the contact zone up there. There's actually decent track at my feet, as you can finally see as I get the camera around. There's that pit there. I would not want to drop down there. And that continues down this way. There's my blade just tripped, so I'm laughing.
It just fucking caved in.
It just caved in?
Yeah.
Nice.
Probably shouldn't stand here.
Yeah, I don't think I will stand there if that just caved in.
No, I'm out.
You see these heavy timbers they have going across it? There might be a good reason for that. I think I'll go around the side. That's where my buddy tried to kill himself just now. It is pretty crumbly. That looks like decent ground, but looks backfilled. We'll verify, of course. Got some strap rail tossed back there, and then There's stuff running back this way as well. Still at this junction where we just came in, we're gonna stick with the right-hand rule theme, which means we're gonna be going down this way where they are. I really don't want to jinx myself by saying this out loud, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Ground here actually looks decent. A pretty big drill mark right there. Anyway, if you haven't picked up on it, we're in a completely different type of rock now. It almost looks like limestone, which I've got no problem with because I can walk at an almost normal pace and without crawling over collapses into caves all the time. It's like some calcite right there. Just a little pocket right here. Feeling some pretty good airflow right now, which is encouraging. The oxygen reading has been the same as on the surface the whole time we've been down here, even though we're way up. Okay, so that keeps running that way. We've got side pocket here. We've got old wheelbarrow wheel right there. Since we're doing the right-hand rule thing, we're gonna go here. There's a drift going that way. That just faces out there. That says GOB 550 and ATB was here. I think that looks really cool when they do that. Like, what they did is they covered that in carbide and then scratched out the initials and date you saw there. It really looks like a slusher has been run through here. Do you see this sort of trench in the red dirt here? That's the way a slusher looks. The good news is that it makes it really easy to walk through. The bad news is that they often use them to backfill things. See the rail sticking out right there? I'd be curious what this is all about. For now, I'm just savoring the experience of not having to crawl. There's something there. Pretty indecipherable. Had a bunch of stuff scratched on the side too. I can't make out any of that though. It just looks like a bunch of scratch marks. I can tell it's man-made, but that's about the extent I can tell. It's getting a little bit muddy right now. It's probably not coming across on the camera, but it's getting a little bit muddy. Don't feel the airflow as much anymore. Can right there. Pipes right here.
Did I bring my pack up there?
Got something that just pinches out right there. And then something that runs up there. So that passage ran up and over to this really rotten wooden ladder. And it's a little tricky to get down because this is mud and it's very slick. And it comes down to this platform here. That's my stuff there. It comes down to this platform here. And this wind's dropping down there. We don't feel any airflow out whatsoever. And this is completely rotten. So we're going to save our efforts for elsewhere on this level. Because no airflow, really sketchy section. See the wood isn't even inset on the ladder. The rungs are not even inset. So it's kind of interesting, but we're going to carry on some of those different areas and hope for the best. Oh, and right behind me, you see some of the vent pipe, which is another indicator that there's not really a connection to anything down here because they wouldn't need the vent pipe, otherwise it would naturally ventilate. So I'm going to pull this away and hopefully be able to climb out of here, and that'll be that. Oh, one more thing. Right behind me here, it's kind of cool. Got an old double jacking drill bit right there. Alright, now I'm going to put everything away and hopefully not slip down that hole going out of here. We just looked down that drift. Right hand rule says we're going down this one next. That's gonna be a nasty crawl right there, so I'm gonna put the camera away and I'll pick up on the other side. I climbed up and over that cave section and popped into this very, very long featureless drift. Come quite a ways. Didn't see any point in showing you the view you're seeing right now, just for extended several minutes. I've stopped here because we're at a three-way junction. We got one guy scouting out that section. The drift continues ahead, obviously. You've got another section running down this way. Our other guy's checking out. Right over here, though, is something that I thought was really cool. You've got this old bottle here. It says H. Mao and Company, Eureka, Nevada. And that is an old one. It looks like they fastened it to something with that wire right there. So that is very cool. I'll wait to get the reports back from these guys. If there's anything worth going down, we'll check it out. Otherwise, we're gonna keep hitting down this way. Jeremy found something cool down his drift. This old bottle. What'd you say the name on it was?
LM Green.
Nice.
It's got cork, kinda.
That's cool.
Oh.
I think it survived.
It did survive. It was already broken. He didn't break it. We were holding it together.
Dr. A. Boschi's German syrup.
German syrup. That's a good one for a Google search.
Wow.
Proprietor. See how it's. This is old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything down here is old.
Still had syrup.
Take a drink.
Cool. And then, like I said, we're going to be running ahead that way. Looks featureless again for a while, so I'll turn it on and we'll get to something cool. We came in from that direction and have gotten to another cave, as you can see. Down there. Drops quite a way. There's some kind of cool stuff over here. If I can get to it without falling down the cave. On the back there, you can see that or not. It says, looks like J. Hoffman maybe, March. And it says 91. That is not 1991, that's 1891. So that's really cool. Got these weird little splotch marks here, almost like paw prints or something. Over here on the left is a nice looking drift. Going straight, it just keeps punching back a really long way.
Yeah, it goes a long way.
But it's kind of lousy shape, so personally I'm more intrigued by the left. Little hole in the ground right here. It's all filled with material. So, interested to we're on the left. We may just end up going to the left and just remember this point because that looks much more interesting. Oh, and there's a little raise running up here as well. Back that way. Alright, I think consensus is to go to the left. Got a sheet here. Oh wow.
You just have that pocket. There's this
Oh, it keeps going a bit?
goes that way and down.
Oh, right, great. You're seeing it drops down that way. Goes down. This is interesting. They have this slick sheet here for, hopefully that's the right terminology. And that's the function it does. I forget, it might be a slide sheet, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But it was, this over here was significant enough for them to have this installed here. And you can see the remains of the strap rail there. So they're obviously dumping a lot of material down there. Another old cam there. Post tin. There's some damp Myers graffiti there. Hard to make out. There's, wow. There's a thing right there. Some kind of weird growth. And this running ahead looks like really good ground. Very curious where this goes. I don't feel any airflow right now, which is interesting. There was some airflow farther back around in the direction. Okay, here we go. If you guys don't believe me, from what I've been saying about the 91, 99 and such, you can see right there, 1891. EAH was here in 1891. That is so really, really cool. Wow. Obviously, what's on my right is a fault. Still run it back. I see it looks like some groundfall up ahead. Little pocket running down there.
Can you see past the collapse in the drift?
And it's a bad sign because we're talking about collapses and things like that.
Oof.
Another can here. And
Well, if you want to do it, I'm
we're obstructed here for the moment. She's scouting it out.
Yep.
We call up that cave section, which is just back there. And lo and behold, we've dropped into another cave,
Oh no.
which
Hey.
runs up there and over through here. And there's some airflow running over here. This has all been filled in. I'm standing on a bunch of backfill. You see, and then off to the side there, that drift we were on was going this way, and this is off to the right of that drift. It looks like we can pick up that drift again by squeezing through there and going that way. But for now, we're gonna head back and see what's over there. We just slid down from there. Pretty cramped quarters down here. There's a little passage, but that changes very abruptly. We get to this massive cave here. This is probably the biggest one we've seen in this complex. What do you say it is? 100 feet across, maybe? Over there.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, at least 100 feet across over there. It drops down very abruptly here, and it's undercut beneath me, so this is a bit of a tricky one. Nothing to anchor off of. This huge slab sloughed off the side there, which looks cool. Would have been something to see. I see some artifacts down there. Pieces of wood and a can down there of something. The cave runs over that way as well. Looks like there's a drift over there. Keeps heading up this way. Kind of hard to film. Actually, extremely hard to film. Up that way. Oh man, this thing's huge. So definitely something over there, and almost certainly something dropping down back that way. And maybe even something going off to the side there. They did have track going out there. See the remains, or where the tire was at my feet. So something was running out here. They're probably backfilling this. Probably what that pile right there is. So that's pretty wild. That was worth the scramble back here. We're backtracking out to try some of the other options for dropping down lower. Noticed a few interesting things on the way out. Didn't notice on the way in. Do you remember this weird growth that passed on the way in? Well, I completely overlooked what was next to it. There's an animal skeleton here. I think this is probably a rabbit based on the skull. And it must have gone down one of the old shafts that's now plugged. And the poor thing must have wandered around in the dark and eventually ended up here. But you see, does somebody know their biology, know if those are rabbit teeth? It looks like a rabbit to me. So hopefully somebody can confirm that. But I think that's a rabbit skeleton that's been down here for 100 years or who knows how long. Continuing back, we went down here. This is where that slide sheet dumped off down there. I went down there and that was a no-go. Hoping to tie into that cave somehow. That's my bag next to me, or right there. This is where that cave is that drops down that way. Just a dead end.
Yeah, there's some eggshells. It's
All right.
about as interesting as them.
Okay, so just went down this one. It's a dead end. Back that way. Just dead ends, which confirms what the map said. One interesting thing about that, well, I'll tell you in a second. A few interesting things back here. Actually, round of ammunition, fired round of ammunition down here, which you really got to wonder about that. My hands are filthy. Can't make out anything on the bottom. It's just too rusted away. Trust me, I endeavored to look, but does not have anything on it. Over here, this is obviously a lunch spot because you can see eggshells all over the place. There's one. There's a more intact one there. Some old bottles and stuff. Little bones down here from pieces of chicken or whatever they're eating. And then running back this way, see those little dark spots running back? It's all 100, 130-year-old human feces. This was obviously the toilet drift. So they fortunately went back there, confirmed there's nothing back there, but glad I don't need to. Next, we're gonna try seeing if this cave goes anywhere. That's the next order of business. You see Jeremy's already on the job. He's sliding down. It is as steep as it looks. He's just going for it. Yeah, it really is steep. He's just going for it. Feel a little bit of airflow here. I'm not sure if it's coming up from down below or if it's just going past us on this drift. We'll wait to hear the report and then let you know. So I was just turning the camera off and looking down there, and my buddy found somebody's old tin cup. That's really cool. Just seeing how long that's been down here.
Nothing on the bottom.
No, okay, I was gonna ask you. Well, that's still really cool.
Yeah.
It's been down here a long time.
Yeah.
I bet that wasn't made in China. How's that looking, Jeremy?
Maybe.
Maybe? If he says maybe, it means he's gonna go for it. We're slowly making our way out, which is quite a task. And saw a couple cool artifacts we didn't see before. They've got this brand of tobacco, which I haven't seen before. Briggs Pipe Mixture. And I love the slogan, when a feller needs a friend. This bucket over here. Pretty good shape considering how long it's been down here. Wooden handle is still intact, which is cool. The reverse side of this tin has the same logo, or the same, it's exactly the same, so you're not missing anything. But yeah, that impressed all of us because this was new to all of us. Usually you see the velvet or sometimes the tuxedo, but mostly the Prince Albert. But this one is brand new.